Team communication. The aims of this presentation are introducing learners to communication within a team in order to understand how to manage interactions and relationships within the staff, analyzing some typical human behaviors during conversation, trying to understand their effects on the team. At the end of this presentation, you will be able to interpret two feelings from a team conversation. Terms and keywords of this presentation are the following. Team communication. Team communication is the interaction that takes place among the members of a work team or group. Human relationship. Relationships between groups of people, especially between team members in a workplace. Interactions. A situation where two or more people or things communicate with each other or react to each other. Introducing team communication. Understanding the three levels of communication, distinctive characters, the voice, effective communication, useful rules, listening habits to avoid, team communication within the working environment, defining group, communication in team, communication formats, team communication benefits, team communication limitation. Introducing team communication. Understanding the three levels of communication. Verbal is the content, the message that is said in words or in writing. Paraverbal. It is all about the voice channel except for the content. More simply, is the use of the voice instrument, tone, rhythm, display speed, etc. In interpersonal communication, the real strength is rhythm, dynamism, continuous change, and congruence. Nonverbal, also called body language, everything related to gesture, sight, posture. Communication is effective if verbal, paraverbal, and nonverbal communication are congruent. Nonverbal communication prevails when there is a discrepancy between communication levels. Distinctive characters. Verbal communication concerns the production of the sentences, is conscious and intentional, provides information on the topics expressed. Nonverbal communication can agree and reinforce the verbal statement, or can contradict and deny it. Is largely unaware, unintentional, and uncontrollable. Provides information on the subject that expresses it. It's ambiguous sometimes. Is fundamental in relationships. The voice. Tone. The congruence between tone and content is crucial for the effectiveness of the message. Often is the most important thing in order to seduce the listener and get his attention. Rhythm has almost no informative value, but is immediately noticed unpleasantly when it does not match listeners' expectation. Speed. People talk faster when already know the messages and contents. We need to speak slower in order to communicate or understand new and unknown messages. Effective communication. Useful rules. Be aware of the linguistic and cultural code of the recipients. Verify that the communication channel is appropriate. Mind the context. Formulate each message clearly. Verify that the recipient has truly understood the content of the message. Pay attention to emotional communication. Be a good listener. Listening habits to avoid. Indifferent listening. Listener is physically present, but the speaker is totally ignored. Expectant listening. Listener is focused on what to say and expect impatiently to speak. The speaker is often interrupted. Presumptuous listening. The listener presumes to have already understood the meaning of the interlocutor's speech. Selective listening. Listener only listens to what he wants to hear or only what he naturally catches. Self-reported listening. Listener is unable to empathize with the interlocutor and listener only brings the content on its own experience. Listening habits to avoid. Superficial listening. Messages are distorted as they are filtered and interpreted through the listener's paradigms and prejudices. Emotional listening. Listener cannot grasp the essence of the message because it is filtered and colored by emotions. Ritual listening. Listener is apparently attentive to the interlocutor but not really interested. He performs active listening as a pure technique or task. Listening attentively to the facts. Listener is really aimed at listening, but only in the facts stated. He is not interested or cannot grasp the speaker's state of mind or attitudes. Distracted listening. Listener does more activities at the same time, deluding himself to implement the full potential of listening. Team communication within the working environment. Defining group. The term group refers to a number of different subjects interacting with each other interdependently, as they are motivated by their own needs and goals, who perceive themselves as members of the group and who are perceived as such by individuals of other groups. The group foresees the presence of a system of interactions among the components, whose outcome consists in a certain degree of social integration. Communication in team. A team is a particular group formed with defined tasks and activities, determined roles, and members' high commitment. In a working team, communication and circulation of information concerning the process of the project or of the activities must be guaranteed. Team communication is the interaction that takes place among the members of a working team or group. An effective communication is vital to the success of the team in performing its role, as well as mood and work enjoyment of its members. Good communication skills are integral to any team success and to the overall success of the business. Communication formats. Team communication typically begins with task assignments and directives from the company and team leaders. Such assignments involve top-down, intra-team interactions. Within the team, one-on-one and small group interaction drive information sharing and collaboration on task completion. Teams share information and back-and-forth discussions through formal and informal meetings, electronic and paper documentation, one-on-one interaction. Team communication benefits. Development of a sense of identity and cohesion. High engagement among team members, which leads to happier employees and good results. Strong performance. When team members interact regularly, they tend to lay ideas and challenges on the table for group discussion. Creates opportunities to nip potential problems and conflict in the bud. Team communication benefits. Good communication skills are key to the team's success and overall success of the business. Reachable goals, greater efficiency, positive work relationships, creating a culture of celebration in the workplace, reducing conflict. Good communication is the crucial component of making goals reachable. The team leader communicates project expectation to all the players, and the work is divided fairly based on each person's unique strengths and qualification. Greater efficiency. When each team member has good knowledge about his role in meeting a deadline, everyone feels free to focus on their own tasks, without worrying about what everyone else is doing. Communication helps you maintaining efficiency under a variety of circumstances and conditions. Clear communication also means communicating with teammates when you're not able to complete your tasks, so the team can come up with solutions before the situation escalates and the team process breaks down. Positive work relationships. Good communication skills foster trust between teammates, and this creates a good environment for positive professional relationships. When teammates know each other well, they become more confident about each other's strengths, weaknesses, tendencies, and thought processes, which makes easier and easier to work together to reach common goals. Positive work relationships add a sense of fulfillment and satisfaction to the job, which can aid in employee retention and a stable work environment. Creating a culture of celebration in the workplace. Good team communication skills are not simply about assigning tasks or troubleshooting problems. Communication is also about creating a culture of celebration in the workplace. Teammates and team leaders who notice achievements of their peers and employees take time to communicate and celebrate together. When improvement is noticed, congratulated, and encouraged, this creates an environment where employees want to do their best in their job and maintain a growth mindset. Reducing conflict. Whenever a group of people work toward a common goal, conflicts are frequent. Whether conflict is due to unfair expectations, irresponsibility, or plain misunderstanding, good team communication skills let everyone have a voice and feel heard. When it is safe to express thoughts clearly, honestly, and tactfully, it is easier to move forward with a solution focused on everyone's best interest. Once on the other side of the conflict, a team with good communication skills may even feel itself stronger for overcoming the hurdle. Team communication limitations. Office structure. Effective team communication typically requires an office arrangement that simplifies opportunities for engagement. Conflicts. Conflicts between and among employees can occur at any point, from the beginning to the end, but they are especially common during early forming stages. The ability of team leaders to encourage impersonal debate and to stifle personal tension is crucial in overcoming conflicts. Communication barriers. Diverse work teams bring broad perspectives, but languages and cultural barriers can be a real obstacle to set a constructive communicative environment. Training on cultural awareness and sensitivity and translators are sometimes needed to overcome these barriers. This presentation introduced learners to communication within a team. Its aim was to investigate how interactions and relationships between the staff may be managed. We presented and analyzed some typical communication behaviors in team and their impacts on the team. Now that you have finished watching it, you should be able to interpret feelings from a team conversation.